Hi.
Hi, I'm Jim.
I'm Rhenda.
We're Hardiness Approach.
And today we're going to talk to you about two phrases. Aging in place and
Sustainably living in place.
ding!
Better words all the way around.
We've done a video like this before, but I'm taking a course right now in writing, and it's a great course, and one of the things it wanted me to do is be able to talk about something that was a phrase that we've coined, and I thought, we've coined sustainably living in place instead of aging in place.
Yes.
And the reason we did that is because we came up with the synonyms to aging. Okay, so I'm going to read some of them. I'm crumbling. Crumbling, declining, fading, fermenting, maturing, mellowing, slumping, stale, waning, and wearing out.
Mellowing's not too bad.
Mellowing is the only one I haven't made fun of in my paper. So I thought about this, and it's like, okay, we're crumbling, and we share half of the month with the moon because we're waning, and we're stale. And what are some of the others that they had there? We're maturing, finally. We're fermenting.
You can see why, if those are the synonyms, that so many people are up in arms about being classified as someone who is aging.
Place.
It's very negative connotation, and it's in most societies. If you're getting older, you're looked down on because you're not as good, you're not as valuable, you're not as capable, you're on and on and on. It's a negative.
Well, and it's used because, remember, we have a really strong background in working with the seniors as we manage independent living community. I've managed assisted living, I've managed independent.
And the
nursing
big
homes.
push is to age in place.
Yeah, that's their big thing. Come here and age in place. You can slump in place right here.
When you think about it, but when you realize the connotations of the word aging, it's not so good. And what really hit us,
go ahead.
I'm on my soapbox
Yay!
now. What really hit us, having worked in those kinds of environments, is that for many people, they truly are aging. They're going there, and the aging process does increase. They do fit into that stereotypical vision of what happens as you get older. You lose stuff physically, mentally, emotionally. You just decline. And
we loved them to death.
But it happens so often when it really doesn't need to, when there's a lot more that can be done to live in place.
So the other day I met a woman, and I'm not gonna give anything about her, but I met this woman, and she was vibrant. She was incredible. I absolutely loved her, and she was in her 80s or just turning 80. And a person that knew her much better than I says, well, she's really starting to decline. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but she's so far ahead of the people that I have seen that age in facilities that she is sustainably living in place. So we came up with the word sustainably living in place because our life needs to be sustainable. It's no secret that we came up with this when we were at our homestead, where we could not sustain the rent that was there, and we'll tell you our little story about that right there, as told by Justin Rhodes.
Now, the sustainable word goes beyond just the living in place. It's indicates this active attitude, action that has to go on. Living in place doesn't happen by accident. It happens on purpose, very intentional. You have to plan for it, and you have to do it.
So I looked up, I thought, well, let's give these words fair. So I looked up sustain, sustaining, sustain, and found out the synonyms to those words, to that word. So the words are continue, nourish, prolong, comfort, support, keep going, provide, and shore up. So for me, those were really encouraging words. They gave hope.
But they're all action words. They're all, you gotta do something to make them happen.
They're verbs.
They're climbing the hill, but they get you somewhere.
Right. So to me, it was encouraging. And if nothing else, Hardiness Approach wants to be able to give hope to everybody who might be waning.
Yeah, okay, disclosure, we realize there isn't a fountain of youth.
Absolutely.
You're not going to live forever. You're
Absolutely.
not going to avoid some of the circumstances that happen naturally and normally, but they don't have to happen early. And they don't have to, in some cases, they don't have to happen at all.
So what does this mean to you? Well, there's two different things that it means. If you're young, it means, number one, save money as a priority. Like crazy, save it, save it, save it. If you've seen the Dave Ramsey things, the one thing all the older people say to the younger people is save money. Save money.
Number two, you want to get a good vocation. Something that you'll enjoy, something that can take you through the years, something that you can grow with, and then keep feeding it, keep up with it, advance with it so that it can continue to grow with you.
Number three is make a family a priority. Don't be single all your life unless you just haven't had the opportunity. Have children, have a family, because you need the support.
You need a support.
You need the ability to be able to have someone to go through life with, to do things, and to lead you. Because I'm not a very good follower. And then the fourth thing is what...
Or you're gonna let me do four?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
Eat right. And exercise.
That's perfect for me. And number four, throughout your life, from the time you're young until you are more experienced, eat right and exercise all the time.
Okay. Now there are different ones to do if you're our age.
If you're in your 50s, 60s, and older, sustainably living in place means kind of the same things, but there's some specifics that you can apply to. And, you know, if you have all the money that you need, a lot of times you don't have your health. Sometimes you may have your health and not much money. You might fall somewhere in between. Wherever you are, though, there is so much that you can do to make a difference so that your life can be happy and healthy and vibrant and valuable.
So, Hardiness Approach has 4 principles, and those 4 principles are what we're gonna do in order to live sustainably in place. Number 1, eat real food and get rid of the processed food. What would number 2 be?
Number 2 is going to have something to do with exercising.
I bet it does.
And exercising doesn't mean the TV control. You know, you've got to get up and move, and not just a little bit. You've got to move a lot. The U.S. government, who doesn't always get it right, does suggest that the minimum amount of activity is 150 minutes a week of moderate exercise. Now, there's some definitions that go into that, but 150 minutes is not a lot, but it's a lot more than most people
30
do.
minutes a day?
5 days a week, 30 minutes a day.
So he kind of teaches that now, every morning. And this morning, he drugged me out of the house for 30 minutes to warm up on a walk. And then he did his 30 minutes of exercise for you guys on Regenerate, Don't Read.
She can do this.
On Regenerate, Don't Degenerate.
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Okay, number 3. Emotional wellness. One of the things that I saw the most
As a home health.
as a home health nurse and as a nurse working with seniors, whether we were managing or what we were doing, is depression, anxiety, worry, and stress. Those 4 things can undo a diet and exercise. They can take you out and give you age-related diseases as fast as not eating right or not exercising.
A lot of you who are saying, I'm eating, I'm really trying to eat right, and I'm doing lots of exercise, and I'm still not getting rid of this. What's wrong? Well, guess what? It's probably stress.
And stress sends out those same messages, and that's a whole nother vlog. Number 4. You're looking at me like you don't know what number 4 is.
I am. I don't know what you have written down.
I have the same thing that we are working this year to earn.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where she was going with this. Now I know. Okay. Raise your own food. Homesteading, whether it's a balcony in an apartment or a few acres or lots of acres. Raise as much of your own food as you possibly can, and when you can't raise it, know where you can go purchase it from somebody who is raising it in a sustainable way.
Oh, but I'm too old. If you think that, you watch this. This is Mary Ann. You will like her. She's 81, I think.
These 4 principles and practices are the bedrock of a sustainable life.
They're the bedrock of hardiness approach.
Yes, they are.
They don't take a lot of money. They take education, time, determination, and what is our word for the year? Consistency. So follow us. Do what you can to make your life sustainably living in place. It's a fun ride.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
We are so excited to do it with each other and to share it with you. So follow us. We're now on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
She's working on Twitter.
And we have our website, hardinessapproach.com. And it's getting better every day, and it's being put together. So share us, like us, do the little bell, and come back and see us.
And enjoy life.